Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and price and email question line for buying this or any watch you see here on our channel, our website, or our social media in the description below, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, we're discussing a 42mm red gold chronograph launched in 2017 at Baselworld. This is the Zenith Elite Chronograph. It is an El Primero powered watch that is an elite by virtue of simplicity, not by virtue of its movement. There is an elite caliber at Zenith, but this is an El Primero, which means it has all the virtues of an El Primero. And the watch is also virtuous by proportion, as it is graceful in every regard. 42mm in diameter, 12.2mm thick, 50.8mm lug-to-lug, with a 21mm spacing between the lugs. Throw it on the wrist, and though the watch is classically designed, you can see it has modern dimensions. In particular, the spacing between the lugs marks this as a modern watch. It's comfortable on a 16cm wrist, and I could recommend it for a wrist as small as 14cm circumference. Because of the thin profile and the domed bezel, it easily slides underneath the dress cuff. If we take a quick look at the hardware and the software, you'll note that the watch includes a very substantial, large rectangular scale alligator leather strap. Though not bolstered, there is a lot of leather here. Zenith is not shorting you. Folded edge, monotone stitch, a very, very dark brown, almost black. On the bottom, in common with other Zenith straps built today, there is a rubber inlay to separate the leather from the moisture, heat, sweat, grit, and oils of the wrist to ensure long-lasting durability, but also a supple rubber against the wrist. That rubber feels great, and you can see this is a brand new Zenith factory strap. Full deploying clasp. Open it up, we'll take a quick look. You can see double folding, all of high polish, red gold, and then a simple satin and polished Zenith buckle. It helps to ensure against droppage while donning or removing at bedside, and it is a handsomely sculpted component. The case is simple and strong. You have a classically inspired compound curved case. It's a little bit bowl-shaped, and it does have the look almost of a pocket watch converted into a wristwatch, or the appearance of the thin and fine wristwatches of the apex era of Swiss dress watch construction in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. The lugs are straight, they project out from the case, but if you look closely, you can see they have a little bit of a concave profile when viewed from the side. There is a little bit of inward camber or bowl-like dish, and that is a delicious nuance. You have rectangular vintage-inspired pushers, the Zenith star in the crown, and we have a box section cambered sapphire that's designed to evoke a vintage plexiglass. What's fascinating about this watch is that it is an El Primero automatic, but it's designed to evoke the 146 DP movements that Zenith used before the era of the El Primero, and with the name Elite as part of its title, it also evokes a movement that is not actually used in this watch. Though make no mistake, this is elite horology from a great brand. Zenith, the consummate manufacturer and one of the first fully integrated manufacturers in Switzerland, founded in 1865. This watch is everything you need and nothing you don't. 2 registers, printed rather than countersunk into the dial. You have constant seconds and chronograph minutes. You have lovely applique rose gold indices outboard, and you can see they alternate between single and double. There is a sunburst gradient or fume pattern to the dial, as it's lighter and silvery at its center, and then it's darker at its edge. Moser does no better. Flip it all over, and here's where you can see this is indeed an El Primero. 50 meters water resistant, which is a bit more than you would expect from a dress watch. They're usually 30 meters. You can see this is a lateral clutch column wheel chronograph. Now you can see the blued column wheel interacting with the levers and the horns. You can also see the lateral clutch moving into and out of contact with the driving center wheel of the chronograph. Automatic winding, bidirectional, 52-hour power reserve. The column wheel makes actuation crisp, and the lateral clutch, though not as efficient as a vertical clutch, is also more beautiful. If you know Patek Philippe timepieces, you know that their most expensive chronographs use lateral clutches. Aesthetically, they are preferable. Of course, this being an El Primero, 31 joules, the caliber 4069 beats away at 36,000 vibrations per hour or 10 beats per second. Since 1969 and the dawn of the species, the first El Primero movement was also the first fully integrated automatic high-beat chronograph caliber. and to this day, the chronograph second hand beats and sweeps a little bit more smoothly than a conventional chronograph, precisely because it does have that higher beat rate and thus potentially higher accuracy. I'll also mention that the El Primero is a truly good-looking movement. Not all automatic chronographs are. This one is a looker, mostly mechanically finished, but still handsome in its architecture rather than its particular details. It's neatly done and one of the best looking chronographs in its price range. It's no wonder that from 1988 to 1999, Rolex used the El Primero in the Daytona. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.